to Battleboards. My name is Richard, and today we're going to be continuing to have a look at the Ork board project that I've put together. These short movies show how the board is actually constructed for the client, because there's quite a lot of parts, so it makes it easier for them to sort of have an idea of how to put the project together. So the Orks have basically landed on the planet and found this old sort of abandoned Imperial oil refinery, so they've managed to cobble some parts together and get it working again, and it forms part of the sort of overall settlement for the Orks. So I hope you enjoy watching the movie, and let me know what you think. Okay, so this is the oil refinery board, or the refinery board, and so we're going to have a quick look at this and how to construct this. This is the sort of cut down version. This is how the board sort of is set up initially. So there's no sort of refinery, and then you sort of add all the parts on as you want. Now the main sort of oil pit, where the oil is actually sort of gathered or pumped up from underground, that has magnetically connecting pipes that sort of connect to the sort of oil field underneath, and those could be used in various different ways, so they don't have to necessarily be used with the refinery. They can be used you know, independently on their own, so it just creates a little bit more flexibility, and we'll sort of have another look at that later on with the refinery and how that works. Okay, so there's a couple of features that I included to help the board set up if you're going to use none of the sort of refinery parts. So one of the things I did was include this extra piece of rock which screws into the fixing point for the refinery. So that just covers basically this this small screw, so you can use that as an extra piece or not. The other thing I included was a stock or a block for the cart, so the cart doesn't actually fall into the sort of the ravine. So that gets removed as well. Okay, so just do a quick review of all the parts that you need to construct the board. So we have the main refinery platform that sort of makes up the upper level of the refinery. Now this has removable legs, so you can actually use this as a piece of scatter terrain as well. So we need to remove the legs first. Then you have the chimney, the roof section, the small mining cart, the stocks, and the lower section for the refinery, plus the pipe work that connects the oil, pumping oil from the underground oil to the refinery. So we'll start by putting the lower section of the refinery in first. So this sits over the small sort of rocky outcrop back to the rails. So it's pretty sort of self-explanatory which way round it goes. But you need to obviously remove the extra sort of stone capping piece for it to go in, and that basically sits in that position there. And then we'll bolt through using the Allen key that I provided. It's the same size bolts for all the tables, so you should be okay. And then you'll find that there's a bolt hole in the inside of the building. So you'll find that there's a bolt hole inside the building. So just simply place the nut into the hole. And then using the Allen key, tighten that up, and that will just secure that base plate to the actual rest of the board. And then there's a secondary bolt that's at the end of the track. So again, that just gets bolted in. Okay, so next we add the main refinery platform. So you need to turn it upside down. Remove the legs from the base. One is held on with magnets, the others just unscrew. So you literally take those off before placing it over the top. These legs, as explained, means that it will stand on its own, so you can use it as a piece of scatter terrain. Okay, this locates on top with the large platform facing away from the oil, the smaller platform facing towards the oil, but the key point is where the top of the stairs goes to the upper platform. So this is the location that you want to keep your eye on, and then that will slide down in between the posts of the of the staircase. So that's basically where it sits in there. Okay, so once you've placed the upper platform onto the lower platform, there's two bolt holes that you need to then bolt the bolts down through to the lower section, and this will secure the top section to the lower, so they just get screwed in. There's one located quite easily here, but the other one is quite hidden back here, so you should be able to see that if you have a look. And then just screw those into the lower section. You'll find once that's bolted in, that will be really secure, so any miniatures placed on the further reaches of the platform won't tip the platform over. The next section is the roof, so that simply just rests on top of there. If you give it a little bit of a wiggle, you feel that that's quite secure. That's obviously made removable, so you can get miniatures inside easily if you wanted to, or you can just push them through the front. And then the next piece would be the refinery chimney, and then that just simply slots into the hole provided to create the chimney there. So the idea being is they can pump the oil up into the refinery using these flexible pipes, which I've got magnets on, and they just you just click them into position underneath. So that's how your pipes work. Okay, so once the pipes are in position, I've included a few extra pipes which can then be used to bridge off of this and then you know, fill up various kinds of vehicles with fuel as part of the gameplay. So again, you could be several rounds before they could move off, or you know, that could be an objective point, is to refuel your vehicle you know, throughout the game. And then the other thing I've made is a small Ork truck that can run along the rails. So the idea being is they can fill up barrels or weapons and move them from the refinery through the caverns or the mine to the fort board. So as part of the feature for the mine, I wanted to include a small amount of lighting. So this is solar powered lighting. So the way the solar power lighting works is you remove this top section here from the water butt. The solar power's underneath, so every now and again that will need charging up just by leaving it out in the sun or leaving the top off. And then you put the top back on. So you've got a small switch on the side here which turns the lights on and off. So just push that down and then push it up. It's a bit stiff to push up, but that'll effectively turn your lighting on and off. You can just see the light coming on down there. Okay, so just give you a quick overview of the board. That's the mine shaft there towards the back, and I'll just reach in and turn the lights on so you can see the lights coming on. There you go. So I'll span the board round so you can see the mine lighting sort of hidden in there, which I think is just a nice little feature. I've included two ramps up to a higher hill. There's also hidden down in the back here, there's a sewer pipe which effectively could join up other boards or just have something living in it. So that's really nice. You have access to the inside as well. So I think it will just add a really nice feature and an objective point. It's also large enough to land some of the smaller craft on, so you could almost use it as a landing pad as well, which I think is a really nice feature. Hi, thanks for watching the movie. I hope it gave you a little bit of an insight into how the board sort of goes together. The board forms one of 6 boards, so I will be doing a movie showing all the boards together at the end. It takes some time to make these movies. I hope you've enjoyed the movie, and I look forward to hearing your comments. As I've said always, that I try and answer them all, but so do please add your comments, and I'll try and get back to you. Look forward to seeing you in other movies, and thanks again for watching.